Hi,
Perfect.
everyone.
Yeah.
Welcome, welcome, welcome to Clifton Strengths Deconstructed. See yourself anew, cumbersome title, but interesting content. So I'm Teresa Lisum, and I'm here with my friend and peer, Linda Karchner. So thank you so much for
At
being here,
least you didn't
Linda.
say partner in crime or anything like that.
It could be at some
Yeah,
point.
right.
So we jump on here every week and we look at somebody's Clifton Strengths report and just kind of dig in and see what this person is all about. So you can see the behind the scenes of what we do for people, what we offer people. We offer them a new perspective on themselves so they can see themselves as unique individuals. They're the only person on the planet with their strengths and their superpowers, and they're the only ones that can bring their gifts to the world. So we're going to try something a little bit different today.
Yeah.
We are going to start by looking at a star because we are all stars in our own right, aren't we? So can you see that okay, Linda?
Yep, I do.
Okay, now this really impacted me when I first originally heard this information. And the gentleman speaking from Gallup
Hmm.
used this star analogy, and like it really impacted me. So
Hmm.
we're going to go through this and see how it sits and resonates with you, our viewers. So we all start out, and correct me as I go through this, Linda. I haven't gone through this for a while. We all
Uh-huh.
start out as stars. Every single one of us are born as stars in our own right. And the points on these stars represent our everything we're good at, everything that comes really, really easily to us. These points on our stars are shiny and bright, and that's what we're here to gift the world,
Yeah.
our strengths. But as we go through life and
Hmm.
our society and how we're taught and trained, we tend to emphasize the points on our star that are not so good,
Hmm.
not so easy for us. We could almost call them weaknesses.
Hmm.
I know I was brought up that way.
Right.
Um, oh, you're really not that good in as a runner. I'm just saying, throwing some. Okay, so we better like you better run every day and improve your running skills. Those are skills.
Right.
Or
Right.
your math. Oh, you're not really adept at math. We're gonna help you out. We're gonna give you extra work, and you're gonna really pull up those math scores. So we are trained in the dips of our stars and they're emphasized in red there.
Hmm.
Now, what um, Donald, right? Don Clifton,
Right.
he was all about why focus on these weaknesses are things that come hard for us, we struggle with. Why not really emphasize, amplify, focus on our strengths that we're naturally good at?
Right.
So, our society, our training, our education is trying to get those weaknesses to move outward so that they become our strengths.
Hmm.
But we all know sometimes that's a struggle. And, it's really stressful for some people, depending on, how they think and how they operate.
Right.
But our society, again, is trying to bring everything in alignment, I guess would be a way to say it. I don't know how you could say that, Linda, but
Yeah, we were supposed to improve those weaknesses and to focus on really what we're not good at.
Mhm.
And there may be some things in life that you need to do, but as we've said before, you can do those things by using your strengths rather than improving your weaknesses.
Correct. And that really impacted me when I first heard that. Like, oh, that's That's a really good point. Why do we focus on our weaknesses and things that don't energize us
Right.
and we really struggle at? Why not flip-flop that and focus on our strengths, our high points where we're really shiny
Mm-hmm.
and it comes very, very easily for us.
Mm-hmm.
So as these weaknesses are amplified or improved, we probably are not focusing on our strengths as much. So our
Mm-hmm.
strengths are, getting less used and maybe might diminish in their
Right.
power.
Right.
And so you can see what's happening. Weaknesses are expanding. Our strengths, our superpowers are kind of diminishing.
Mm-hmm.
And so what that becomes, and I'm going to skip this just for a minute, but what this is what really impacted me as well. So everybody becomes a circle.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody becomes um, basically the same. And
Right.
they use the word mediocre. We
Yeah.
all become mediocre because our strengths have not been amplified. They've been diminished, actually. The things that we struggle with have improved, but they're not energizing for us. So we
Yeah.
all kind of become basically the same, homogenized, mediocre. We're not really being the best people that we can be.
And we call it being well-rounded.
Yes, thank you.
And there's kind of the circle idea, but you see what happened to the sparkle
Yeah, oh,
in
that's
his
true. Thank you.
diagram.
Yeah,
Where'd the sparkle go? There's
that's
no
true.
sparkle left.
Yes, but I'm well-rounded though.
Yeah, right.
But are we here to be well-rounded?
No, no.
I would disagree now that I know better. I mean, there was a point, not in the too distant past, where
Yeah.
I thought that was fine, yeah, it's good to be well-rounded.
Right.
Now I know better. And
Mm-hmm.
so this was your rendition.
Yeah.
And how I took this, and you tell me what your idea behind this was, is I see potentials. I see you can go in different directions. So that's how I'm interpreting this. So you share with me.
What I saw it as was chaotic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. See, I had it
Like,
flip-flopped in my
yeah.
head,
Yeah,
but
you
you're
have,
right. It is chaotic.
right.
Might not be well-rounded, but you might be confused
Right.
and like,
You're
well, I don't know
awkward.
where to go. I don't know
Yeah.
what to do. Yeah, thank you.
You're
See, I
just
took it in
not
a different
like you're just
direction.
not yourself, and there's chaos and confusion, and you're trying so hard, spending so much energy trying to be something you're not,
Mm.
that like you said, the strengths are diminished, the weaknesses really, you really can't improve those weaknesses. That's not who you were meant to be. And so you're just at a loss for which direction you want to
Mhm.
go.
Thank you. I so appreciate the clarity, but you're exactly right. And so many people wander around like kind
Hmm.
of discombobulated. Who
Hmm.
are they? Who are they as their authentic
Yeah.
selves?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
we've been pushed and pulled and tugged to where it get to the point where like, I mean, there is potential there. There's lots
Oh,
of potentials there.
absolutely.
You
Yeah.
can go in lots of directions, but to really start with some clarity and awareness of
Hmm.
who you are authentically, how you think is going to save you a lot of time.
Yeah. And if you look closely at that image, that graphic there, the star is still there.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
very, very faint and gray and washed out, but it's
Hmm.
still there. And the way it can come back into its full sparkling glory is by reversing the kind of the path that we took us on down this little rabbit hole, and focusing back on the strengths.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't even notice that star till you pointed it out. So
Yeah.
it's there in the background,
Mm-hmm.
and we are here
Mm-hmm.
to help you bring that back to the forefront
Yes. Yes.
and really be your best, shiniest self, working from your superpowers and applying those superpowers to different areas of your life. So, yeah, thank you, Linda. This is an awesome graphic.
I think
So,
one of
hope.
the most detrimental things that a parent can say to their child is, why aren't you more like
Mm,
a sibling, a
mm,
cousin, a neighbor? And, I'm sure I've fallen into that trap. I've at least
mhm.
thought it.
Yep.
What the easier child, the
Mhm,
more
mhm,
talented child. But there's a book called Strengths-Based Parenting that I
mhm.
have, but haven't read yet. Um, and it's definitely applicable even when your kids are grown like mine, to be able to see what's good about them and
Mhm,
asking them, maybe, why aren't you being more like your true self,
mhm. Love that.
would be a more, and helping them see who that true self is,
Mhm.
their star glitter glimmery points.
And what a gift to give
Oh
a
yeah.
child of, like help them clear away this confusion and really get back to that shiny version of themselves.
Mhm.
What a gift to give them as they move
Yeah.
forward in their lives. Whew, yeah, thank you. So we're going to stop this share and we are going to get another share and pull up today's report. So we are going to dive into a report. We're going to keep it very short today since we took
Yeah.
up some time with the star, which I love
Right.
that
That's
star.
right.
But this is today's report. I'm
Uh-huh.
going to just quickly remind viewers that we focus on the top 10. This is everybody's zone of genius. This
Mhm.
is their superpower zone, we'll call it.
Mhm.
You can do everything you need to do from these
Yeah.
top 10 strengths.
Mhm.
The bottom five are not referred to as weaknesses. They're
Right.
just the strengths that we don't need to use. We can let them go. And
Mhm.
I don't think we have time to get into them today, but
No.
this person has things that they don't have to worry about
Right.
because they're going to use these. These are the points of their stars right here,
Yeah.
these top 10. And then everything in the middle is just like, really not relevant.
Mhm.
They're just there. We can pull them out if we need them, but we can do everything we need to do from these top 10.
Right.
So it's a matter of counting up the top 10 strengths and putting them into one of these themes or these categories.
Yeah.
So I like to leave this up so people can see these
Mhm.
categories.
Mhm.
So we just did a count, and this particular person has 5 executing
Yep.
strengths in
Mhm.
this executing domain. So their
Right.
dominant domain is as an executor. They do have a secondary domain, which is strategic thinking, because they have 3 there. And 3 or more strengths in any category means that category is important to them.
It's relationship building.
Yes,
You said
relationship building.
strategic
Thank
thinking,
you.
but yeah. Yeah.
So high executor,
Mhm.
but this person likes to connect to the right people. So this person loves to do everything in a way that honors their desire to get things done. They
Mhm.
love to do things. And they
Right.
also like to connect with the right people
Yeah.
in a secondary way. It's not quite as important as getting those things done.
Mhm.
So a person with a lot of executing strengths is energized by seeing what they can do, what they can get done. They're very productive. They like to see physical things happen.
Mhm.
Like to see things that are measurable so they can see
Good point.
how it started and then what the ending point was. And woo, that's energizing to them.
Right? Getting those
Just,
things crossed off the list.
yeah, exactly. So there will be, this person probably has a bunch of lists that they check off
Yeah.
either physically on paper or on a device or in their head. And then the next day, boom, new lists appear,
Right.
or they continue with the list from yesterday.
Uh-huh.
So it's very important for this person to have that list, have goals, have things that they're going to want to do, probably with other people. They probably enjoy doing, getting to their goals, getting their things checked off with other people involved. Possibly.
Yeah,
We'd have to
yeah,
talk to this person, but
right. And I always feel like individualization, it kind of has a little flavor of executing, because the key to individualization is seeing each person's positive qualities, strengths, and knowing how they fit for a certain job. So putting the square pegs in the square holes and the round pegs in the round holes makes being productive so much more effective. So that probably means a lot to this person.
I say, yeah, makes this person very happy. So
So,
we're going to touch upon strength number 1 today, strength number 5. Those are
mhm,
important strengths. Number 1 being the highest energy,
mm,
we'll say energy generator for this person. So, and then 5 is a little bit less so, but it's still an important strength. And as
mhm,
they go down the list, they're they lose a little bit of energy as they go down. So
mhm,
they're all important to this person, but consistency is really, really energizing to this person. So consistency does not mean this person can consistently take action. Oh, I'm guessing they probably do.
that's because they have discipline at number 7.
Right. But so sometimes these labels, these
Yeah.
descriptors, or these words that Gallup or Clifton has attached to strengths are very obvious, and some are not. So I
Mhm.
think consistency is one of those labels that is not exactly what you think it would be.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it is an executing skill, but this
Right.
person with this strength, consistency, is all about fairness
Mhm.
and equality across the board,
Right.
applied to everything and everybody. This,
Making sure the rules are the same for
yes,
everyone.
yeah,
And they feel like that's the way that you get things done, because everybody knows what's expected of them, and and everybody gets treated the same. So
hmm,
everybody's on that level playing field.
yeah. And it's this. I'm hearing the word efficiency coming up in my head.
Mhm.
This is
Mhm.
very an efficient way of working with people or getting things done.
Yeah.
Well, we're just going to get everybody on the same page, or I'm treating everybody the same because
Mhm.
that's the efficient way of doing it.
Right.
It doesn't say take any time, but this person is probably pretty predictable, probably really enjoys stable routines.
Hmm.
Because again, there's efficiency there. If you got that same routine all the time, you don't have to take the time to think about it,
Right.
and you can get things done a lot quicker. So this is very energizing to this person. They probably have a lot of systems in place
Hmm.
to get things done.
Hmm.
And this person is very happy
Right.
doing this, being this way, being fair, being efficient, being predictable, following a routine.
Hmm.
Now, anything else you want to say about consistency before I jump to
Oh, yeah,
responsibility there?
let's go to responsibility.
Okay. So responsibility sits at number 5. Um, it is, I don't want to attach any weight to it, but it is exactly what it says. This is where
Yeah.
that label really applies.
Uh-huh.
Responsibility. This person feels like they need to take on the responsibility of maybe everybody,
Yeah.
which could be burdensome
Right.
and
Yeah. If
stressful.
they've made a commitment within themselves to do a thing, they will
Mhm.
do it.
Yeah, they will do it. If I know that this person said they're going to meet me tomorrow at 7:30, I can
Hmm.
100% or at least 98% be fairly certain that they will be there. I can trust that they're going to be there.
Right.
They're very dependable, very
Hmm.
truthful. They said they're very committed. They could be seen as very driven,
Hmm.
And it's just, they just have to be very careful that they're not taking on everybody else's responsibilities.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So maybe learning boundaries and where to
Right.
delegate some responsibility to other people. But this is would be a good person to have as a friend because, like I said, they're
Mm-hmm.
very dependable. You could
Mm-hmm.
probably call them in the middle of the night and,
Yeah.
hey, I need you here in 2 hours. Can you?
Uh-huh.
They'll do everything they can to get there
Mm-hmm.
because of their sense of responsibility.
Right.
Any other one you want to talk about before we throw in something new today?
No, let's throw in the new thing.
Okay, so we've been learning a lot about um, other ways of looking at strengths,
Mm-hmm.
and one of the most recent one are referred to as internal strengths.
Mm-hmm.
So every strength is either internal or external.
Right.
So we want to pull out this sense of responsibility and note that it is an internal strength. So
Mm-hmm.
Linda, if you have your info there, if you want to share, what does it mean as an internal strength?
So for someone, so an internal strength, let me get to that here. It's a unique, deeply personal lens through which you see and navigate the world. It's shaped by your experiences, beliefs, values, and even your failures or shortcomings. These internal strengths originate from within, offering wisdom and clarity that guide your actions and decisions. By trusting and embracing your internal strengths, you unlock your greatest potential to inspire, lead, and create meaningful impact in your relationship and businesses. Yeah,
Thank you.
relationships.
So internal, it's coming from inside
Right,
each and every one of us. And some people have a lot of internal strengths. Some people don't have too many,
right.
but there is, certain strengths that are considered internal. And if you have an internal strength, you're pulling from your own experiences, your
Mhm.
own beliefs, your own world and life experience. Did I say that
Mhm.
already?
No, no. Yeah, it's,
So it's
it's,
almost like trust that internal wisdom.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that you've earned it
Yes, yes.
because of your experiences in life.
So
You've earned that wisdom.
exactly. So this person has 5 internal strengths. So this
Mm,
person, it's very, and I didn't count up any other ones, just so you
mhm.
know, Linda. But so that means they have 5 external, but we're not going to talk about external today. We're going to focus on those internal. So this person can really benefit from trusting themselves,
Yeah.
trusting that internal wisdom.
Mhm.
And that's going to help them make better choices and better decisions. Now I want to go right straight to the
Okay.
responsibility strength and how this can be used now that
Okay.
we know it's an internal strength.
Right. Okay.
So
So,
we'll just go ahead. I'll let you
okay.
take over.
So, responsibility is best used to build trust by fulfilling commitments and empowering others to contribute. So, it's not that you have to be an island. And I
Mm,
think that's where those of us with
mm.
responsibility high,
Good point. Good
yeah,
point.
we feel that because we're probably good at doing the things.
Mm-hmm.
And so we feel like kind of we're the only one who can get it done right. So we just
Mm-hmm.
do it.
Mm-hmm.
But empowering others to contribute is the best way to use
Mm,
responsibility. And people who have responsibility high many times have an unhelpful belief, and that is I have to do everything myself to ensure it's done right.
mm-hmm. As
Yeah,
you just said.
been there. Yeah. So a more helpful belief to ponder is trusting others and delegating strengthens relationships and results. So with responsibility, we want the result, but we
Mhm.
can strengthen both relationships and results by trusting other people and by delegating.
And that's a gift to others,
It is.
letting them know
Yeah.
that you trust them
Yeah.
enough to take care of whatever you want them to take care of.
Yeah.
And
Definitely.
let go of that control to get those exact results that you could do on your own,
Right.
but you're trusting them to do it in their way, and their results again may not measure up to yours, but that's okay.
Right. Yeah.
I know as a
Definitely.
mom, like
Uh-huh.
as a mom, if you
Yes, for
ask a
sure.
child to clean something,
Uh-huh.
you may not get what the result you would want,
Right.
but it's not a good idea to go in there and start criticizing that
Mm-hmm.
child for
Mm-hmm.
not living up to your level of
Right.
responsibility, your level of results, but
Mm-hmm.
allowing them to get it up to their level and
And their
just
capability.
appreciate that and applaud that and
Yeah.
allow them to feel good about themselves. So,
Yeah. So the last thing for responsibility, there's always a call to action in this information we've been learning. And the call to action for someone with responsibility high is to delegate a task and express confidence in the person that you trust them to handle that task. So
so
there's
this
kind of a two-pronged sword there.
so this person, if this person was in front of us, we would explain this to them and ask them what goal, what task they
Hmm.
would like to see get done and maybe who they could delegate it to,
Right.
and talk about trusting that person. Like I said, letting go of control around what that person does. So I
Yeah.
really like that this concept gives us
Mm.
an action step, an
Yeah, me too.
application, a way of using this strength
Yeah.
real world.
Yeah, I love it because it has that piece of our thoughts, our beliefs, and then our actions. And just I need that myself personally.
Mhm.
Like I need something practical
Yeah.
along with
Yeah.
the head knowledge. I need something a practical suggestion for how to put that into practice.
Well,
So,
what I
love it.
really appreciate about knowing my internal strengths is understanding and trusting that inner wisdom. I know I've always struggled with that as an
Hmm.
adult. Like, I kind of doubt what I think might come
Hmm.
up for me. And so
Yeah.
knowing that I happen to have 7 internal strengths,
Mhm, that's a lot.
that's a lot. So it's a
Yeah.
really important to me to trust that inner
Hmm.
knowing, that inner insight, that inner intuition, that inner life experience, and
Yeah.
not be afraid to share what I have learned with
Hmm.
others. And like, I don't have responsibility high, so this would not be something I would need to focus on. But I just like that whole idea of, and it makes me feel I'm more confident, like, oh, like I can trust I can do this. Like
Yeah.
I can
Right.
really believe in myself because I have so many internal strengths.
Yeah.
So
And
that's just, go
it's just
ahead,
another way
Linda.
to help you sparkle.
Exactly, exactly. So I just love that we're learning more and more all the time, these
Hmm.
different nuances and deeper levels of strengths, the whole strengths concept. And of course, we can share that with those that we coach.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm not sure exactly when we started because we started a little bit late, but I'm
Yeah.
guessing we're about at that
Yeah.
time, if
I-
not a little bit over.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
So many more things we could talk about in this
Right.
report, but maybe we'll jump on next week and use the same report. We'll see.
Yeah, we could do that.
So both Linda and I are mm, strength-based coaches. We
Hmm.
specialize in analyzing and looking at the Clifton Strengths assessment results and then helping the person in front of us to, like you said, see their sparkles, see their high points of their stars that have diminished into the background, and just
Right.
really be able to use them in a practical sense
Mm-hmm.
and bring them their unique selves out into the world. So our contact information will be in with the description of this video. And if you have a report that you
Yeah.
might have taken in the past and didn't know what to do with it,
Yeah. We'll
this
help
is
you figure that out.
will help you figure that out. So this is a good time to dust it off. You can go
Yes.
back into the Gallup website as
Mm-hmm.
long as you know your, log in or, do the
Right.
forgot password thing.
Yeah.
You can go get it. It's always sitting in there.
It's
And then
there.
get this. This is the first page of the 34 report. You
Mm-hmm.
just get this over to either one of us and a screenshot. You can DM either of us,
Right.
and we'll get it up here and we'll look through it. You'd be welcome to join us,
Right.
give us some feedback. We love when people are here to give us feedback
Yeah.
and confirmation of what's actually, happening
Right.
in their lives and with their
Yeah.
strengths. So thank you so much, Linda. I look
Yeah.
forward to
Thank you,
next week
Teresa. Yeah,
again.
me too.
And thank you everybody for watching. We so appreciate you. And I'm going to say, go out there and shine the bright, shiny star that you are, because you are unique, the
Go.
only person on this planet with your sparkle. So go out
Yep.
there and shine. Thanks, everybody.
Bye,
Thank you,
everyone.
Linda. Bye-bye.
Bye.